हरि करना।
A grand welcome to the second part of module 6, that is everything about Kubernetes. So kids, as we have discussed in our last video, at the end of the last video, uh, K8s is an orchestration tool, and this is the most famous and widely used tool for complex and complicated projects in using containerization technologies that we are gonna look into now. So we are gonna have blast of fun, and we are going to have a lot of learning and huge amount of practical exposure on containers and containerization and container orchestration. So here broadly we are going to look into introduction of Kubernetes, bird's eye view, high level architecture of Kubernetes, and first we will look into the Kubernetes cluster and what Kubernetes cluster consists of. We will look into node, master node, and inside the master node what all components are there inside the master node, and inside the node or agent. So what is pod? And after looking into that, we will be looking into the Kubernetes objects or building blocks. These are the building blocks. We will look into what are different types of objects are available in Kubernetes, and what is that object mean, why do we use it, and how do we use it, and all those things we'll be looking into that Kubernetes objects, and we will do the and then after that we will look into the concept called choosing the right object for the right job. Then we will get into the hands-on of Kubernetes. We'll begin with Minikube, then we will go to the KubeADM, then we will look into the COPS with AWS, and we are going to create an Kubernetes cluster in AWS, and we will deploy one microservices and multi-container application in our Kubernetes cluster. Why to wait? Let's begin our Kubernetes lesson or tutorial. We will begin with, so let's turn the clocks first, and we will get back to the few years back, and we'll see how the Kubernetes have come into the limelight. So Kubernetes is an open source container management solution originally announced by Google in 2014 after its initial release in July 2015. Google donated Kubernetes to the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Since then, several stable versions have been released under Apache license. For a developer, Kubernetes provides a manageable execution environment for deploying, running, managing, and orchestrating containers across clusters or clusters of hosts. For DevOps and MLOps and administrators, Kubernetes provides a complete set of building blocks that allow the automation of many operations for managing development, test, and staging and production environments. Container orchestration enables coordinating containers in clusters consisting of multiple nodes when complex containerized applications are deployed. This is relevant not only for the initial deployment but also for managing multiple containers as a single entity for the purposes of scaling, availability, and so on so forth. So being infrastructure agnostic, Kubernetes Kubernetes clusters can be installed on a variety of public and private clouds such as AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, OpenStack, IBM, and so many. And also on bare metal servers, mainframe servers. Additionally, Google Container Engine can provide a deployed Kubernetes cluster. This makes Kubernetes similar to Linux kernel, which provides consistency across different hardware platforms, or Java, which runs on almost any operating system.